Hey guys, how's it going? Wooksy Gaming here, and today I wanted to talk about kind of an OP set that me and a couple guildies came up with for casters. Now, this primarily only works on the Plague Doctor, Demon Spawn, and the Necromancer. It doesn't do so well on the Shaman and White Mage. It does, however, do quite a lot of damage on the Shaman. Um, but I'm going to be showing you guys the gear, and all the tests were done using 100% items, 10 out of 10 with Vex runes. So we didn't stack up runes or anything else. So with that said, I'll go right into the gear and showing you guys kind of exactly what's the set, um, and hopefully you guys enjoy. So here's the major bulk of the items. It's going to be using the Mevius set. The reason why it uses the Mevius set is because the set has a ton of energy with this build, and this is without using any hero levels or anything. Already pushing 400,000, that's without even having the gloves on. If I put the gloves on, 444,000. So we're scaling a lot of our damage based off of energy. It's not like a normal build where you'd scale it off of just the sheer damage. Like, for example, if I was doing the set Demon Spawn, I would scale it off of magic damage and, try to get enough CDR so I can have permanent uptime on my Blood Surge. But with this set, I don't need to worry about any of that. All I have to do is just auto attack, cast my spells, and just kill stuff and stay alive. So it works really well. It has a ton of DPS in it. For some classes, it actually pushes you past certain boundaries that you would have been stuck with before. So with that said, let's just go over the gear. Now, the Mevius Mighty Helm is really important because it has three things that are really nice. It has CDR, which is really important for most casters. I don't see a caster not wanting CDR. It also has all talents, and it also has a lot of magic damage. So you could replace this with like a faceless priest. However, it's just not gonna give you as much. I haven't tested it on the Plague Doctor. You might be able to get more on a Plague Doctor just because their set items are actually really strong. So, like for example, the bulk of the sets are going to use every single exact item in the set except for the gloves. So for some classes, you're stuck with like the Conjurer mitts, where other classes you can get, say, Devil's Grasp or the Doctor's Gloves, something like that. So you get a lot more energy out of the Doctor set. So that's just something to keep in mind. The next item we use is the Damien Soulstone. Now, a lot of people might be asking why we're using this over like a Stone of Jordan, which gives a ton of energy percent already. It's because it gives a ton of attack speed and ton of magic damage. And it also gives you a couple skills, which for some builds is good, for some builds it isn't. So, and it also has the two slots, so you can stack 12 energy percent using the Vex runes. So overall, best option. The attack speed and the magic damage is really important and is a really key aspect to this build because you're using both your auto attacks and your skills to deal as much damage as possible. With that said, the best in slot is going to be Steve's Wand of Fortune. Now, this inherently comes with multi-shot. You should always add burst shot to it. I would also like to say that with every single test we've done, I did not have burst shot on the weapons, so they were just done with the straight up multi-shot. But that's what you want to aim for. You want to aim for the burst shot on the weapon because it will add a large chunk of damage. Like I said, for the gloves, it kind of depends on which character you're playing. For a Plague Doctor, you'd use the Doctor's gloves over anything else, hands down. If you're playing like a Necromancer, you're going to use the Viper's mitts over Conjurer's mitts. For the Demon Spawn, obviously you're going to be using the Conjurer's mitts over anything else. So it kind of just depends on what you're playing. The chest we use is the Mevius Mighty Plate. Obviously, it has a ton of energy, but it has 6 sockets as well, and it gives a ton of energy percent, plus magic damage, plus all talents. So it's a really good item. It's really hard to replace. You wouldn't be able to get more damage out of a chest piece, in my opinion. The boots are kind of open-ended between either the Mevius Mighty Marchers and the Arcane Marchers. For Plague Doctor, the Arcane Marchers are more than likely better just because you get more energy out of it due to the gloves. But for at least Demon Spawn and Necromancer, I've tested the Mevius Mighty Marchers are by far better. So they're just really great boots. They give a ton of energy, magic damage percent. The movement speed could be better. But the big thing that is included on this is the all talents. So compared to Arcane Marchers, I think they only get up to 6 all talents, where these get up to 9. So you're getting a whole 3 extra skills. For the charm, we're using the Damien's Cage. It's kind of just the go-to best in slot until you can get a Torch of Shadows. Obviously, if you get a Torch of Shadows, that's going to outclass this any day of the week. But just remember that this does have CDR on it, as well with the helmet. So by dropping the Damon's Cage, you do drop a lot of CDR in your build. So just keep that in mind. Now, the shield is a little open-ended as well. For example, on the Necromancer, you would want to use a Plague Aegis compared to the Ancient Aegis. Uh, or like on a Plague Doctor, you obviously want to use the Plague Aegis as well. Uh, just for Demon Spawn though, you're going to be using the Ancient Aegis. There's not a better one. But you can use this as well on the Necromancer and the Plague Doctor. I've tested it with both, and it gives you very comparative um, damage numbers. So keep that in mind while you're gearing for this. The next thing I kind of wanted to go over is your hero levels. Obviously, it seems pretty straightforward, but your hero levels are going to be all into energy. Um, that's just the way you're going to be doing it. Your energy stacking for a reason to boost all of your skill damage. So getting as much energy as possible is absolutely key to this build. And with that said, I would like to show you the actual damage values compared to using like the normal set items versus this set. Let me pull that up 1 second. So here are the DPS values using the set versus non-set. I've done at least 20 DPS tests with each set within each class. So for example, the Demon Spawn, I did 20 set tests and then 20 non-set tests to get these numbers. So this is just an average. Sometimes you will get 40 to 50 million above or below. It just happens, but these are the averages. As you can see for the Demon Spawn, Necromancer, and Plague Doctor, it's actually a massive boost to damage. The Demon Spawn, I noticed it started becoming a larger boost when you got the Torch of Shadows. That's when it really showed the difference between the set and the non-set. But for the White Mage, we actually lost DPS, and that's probably a good thing. The White Mage set feels good. It's just a really good set to use in general, so dropping that doesn't really feel good on that class. And for the Shaman, you actually lose about 75 mil damage by using the non-set. However, that's actually not too bad, seeing how uh, that's still quite a bit of DPS that could easily pull you to around 400 to 450 Wormhole fairly easily, and a large portion of that damage came from just the wolves. So it is a good wolf build, but compared to the actual set explosion build, it is not as great. Um, the one thing about the Shaman test though is with the set build, I did have a Book of Revelations with Burst Shot in all the tests, so just keep that in mind. That's probably going to add a couple, I don't know, 15, 20 mil to the actual damage values, if not more. So just keep that in mind. But with that said, gonna end the video here. The non-set is definitely a lot stronger on a lot of classes. Like I'm currently using it on my Necromancer, and it just chops through wormholes pretty easily, whereas if I used the Necromancer set, I'd be struggling. So yeah, that's it. With that said, I hope you guys have a great day, and if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe. And check me out on Twitch TV/Wooksy Gaming. I will be streaming there in the upcoming weeks. I'm still trying to get my office all set up and ready to go. But with that said, I hope you all have a great day, and thanks for watching.